Hi there and welcome to A Country Life. I'm Jennifer and today we are in my country kitchen, and I just want to start out by saying that I apologize in advance that this video is going to be a bit choppy. You see, what has happened is that I had started out in the morning, well, after church this Sunday, thinking that I was going to get an entire week of meals prepped. I was going to also take you guys along throughout the week to show you all of the meals and kind of how it all unfolded as the week went along. However, as you know, so often for us moms, that is not exactly, what we have in our mind how the day is going to go is not how the day actually goes. So what you just saw is that I was getting some meat going for taco soup for the week, and then also for a hamburger potato casserole that I want to make later in the week. I also here got started on making a couple things here for tonight's supper, and that would be like our kind of a little bit of a special Sunday supper was the plan. I really wanted to make Tina's coleslaw salad, and that is a recipe that is in my new cookbook, 150 favorite family recipes from A Country Life. And so you can just see I was making the dressing, which is some sugar and ramen noodle seasoning and green onions and just all kinds of good stuff there. So I did have a few green onions left, so I just got those into a little container because I will be making some potato soup later in the week, or maybe the next week. I can't quite remember how it all worked out, and I wanted to have those green onions ready for that. The salad uses sunflower seeds, and it also uses the ramen noodles, like the crunchy ramen noodles uncooked, as well as chow mein noodles. This is a favorite salad of mine. I'm pretty much the only one in the household currently who eats this. I think Sam tried it, and I did send some home with Amber. You'll see later on that Amber shows up at our house this day, and she has some supper with us as well. So I ended up sending a container home with Amber because I knew that she would like this salad. This is one of those salads where it really is delicious the first day when you make it. And even though the chow mein noodles do get a little bit soft, the next day I still love it so much. I actually ended up eating the salad for breakfast, lunch, and supper for about 3 days, and then it was all gone. I also had some leftover baked potato from the other night, and so I wanted to, for tonight's supper, we were going to be doing some venison steak and fried potatoes and that coleslaw. So I did take just a moment to slice up my potatoes to get those all ready for later tonight. I do like starting with cooked potatoes to make fried potatoes. They get really, really crispy that way in my cast iron pan. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jennifer, and this is A Country Life, and we are just working on some Sunday prep here, trying to get some things ready. I mean, so far what you've seen is really just things getting ready for supper tonight, and then, but I do want to get some things ready for the week. I guess I did get started on something for the week. This is about 4 pounds of ground venison. I just browned this up, and I'm going to be doing tacos this week as well as a hamburger potato casserole. And so I'm going to divide this meat up. Actually, I'm probably going to dedicate a little more than half of it to the tacos, and then just, whatever is left to the hamburger potato casserole. So I do have that ready. I'm going to get that separated in a moment here and then season it up accordingly. And then last week Emily was over and she had made some mini cheesecakes and brought she brought cherry pie filling with her, and since we still have cherry pie filling, I thought let's make some more cheesecakes. So we're just going to make a few of those little mini ones. So Maria's working on, what a face. So she's going to chop up the graham crackers, and I'm going to melt some butter so we can get that part going.
Mom, I'm done.
You got them all done? Awesome. They look wonderful. Yep, exactly. Oh, go. I know.
Where's Dad?
I don't know. So in this bowl we have like a couple packages of crushed graham crackers, and then I put in a few tablespoons of sugar. Peter's going to put in a stick of melted butter. Just pour it all right in there, thank you. And then he is going to mix that up, and then we're just going to press the mixture. You got that? You're getting pretty good with that cast, aren't you? So he's going to mix that all up until it's all nice and, well, mixed. And then we're going to press it into the muffin liners. All right, Warren has Peter and Maria outside now, so it's kind of quiet in the house. I just have Joe. Hey, Joe.
No.
Where are you going?
Nothing.
You're going to do nothing, huh? All right. Well, what I did here, in the meantime, because what had happened is that my, well, I'll just look at you guys and tell you this. So I've had 3 different camera cards. One of them recently just broke. And so anything that was on that camera card, it just can't be recovered, which is kind of a bummer. But anyway, then I had 2 other camera cards, a 64 gig, I think that's what it's called, and then 128. And somehow the 128 has gotten lost. I can't seem to find it. I'm glad it was empty, but I took it with me someplace. So there is a chance I could find it in a coat pocket or something. But anyway, so I'm down to just my 64 right now. I just haven't wanted to buy another one because I keep thinking, well, maybe I'll find that 128. Anyway, it got full. And then to top it off, you guys want to know all my problems here? One of the old cameras that Peter was using for taking pictures, he pulled the camera card out, and when we put it into my card reader in my computer, something happened. We don't know what. And it just like broke. We heard like a funny little sound, and then we couldn't get any pictures to come up. It wouldn't register that was a card in there. And then now even my card, that when I put my card in my computer, it won't read. So we think something either broke off of the card and is wedged in there. I don't know. I've kind of like tried to blow it out. You got a loose tooth?
No.
You don't?
No.
It looks loose.
No.
So anyway, yeah, so now I have to use like a cord to get the pictures from my camera onto my computer, and that takes a long time, so much longer than just slipping the camera card in. I don't know if it, like, transferring through the wires is slower or what, but anyway, here I am, I'm back. That's why some stuff happened without having the camera going, and this is what happened. So I got the cheesecake mixture poured over top of all of the little you know, all of the graham cracker crusts. I baked these for about 22 or 23 minutes it was. Joe, what do you want? You want to show us the meat? Yep, I still have to season up that meat. You looking at it through the camera too?
Yeah.
I also had brought out a pack of butterfly steak. This is venison butterfly steak, and I had it thawing, just sitting on the countertop here for just a little bit here since after church, and now it was just enough where and then I put it in the microwave for a bit too, blah, blah, blah. but it's now, it was now just enough to be able to pull it apart. So I made a marinade. This is the marinade that is on page 26 in the cookbook. It's the summer steak kebabs. Now I have to tell you that, yeah, I'll have to tell you, I've never used this marinade on steak. I've always only done it on kebabs in the summer, and so to us this flavor just seems very summery, but I did not have any Italian dressing, and I didn't have one of those packets, and I didn't want to take the time to mix up. I guess it would have been no big deal, right? Because it took time to mix this up. Joe, you need to move that knife out of the camera. So I guess this took plenty of time to put this marinade together, but I just didn't feel like looking up a recipe for like homemade Italian dressing or whatever. So this is what I did. We'll see how we all like it. I'm just going to pan fry this tonight for supper in a little bit of bacon grease in my cast iron on the stove. Maybe Warren will fry it up. That would be kind of nice too. He did a really great job last time. We had some delicious, delicious steak last time he made it. So maybe if I tell him that, oh, it was so good last time, maybe you want to do it again? I bet he will. So, okay, I'm going to get this. I feel like there is a little leak in my bag someplace because, you know, I wash and reuse bags, so look at that. So I'm going to put this into a little Tupperware container, which totally defeats the purpose, and put it in the fridge. And then I'm going to remember to take it out of the fridge about a half an hour before we're ready to cook it, because if you put like really, really, really cold meat onto, you know, the frying pan or something, I do think it tends to make it a little tougher, and it just doesn't seem to want to brown up as nicely. Okay, so I'm referring to my menu plan here. This is what we're going to be doing tonight. I already have that coleslaw done. The wings are thawed and in the refrigerator, and there's nothing else I have to do for that. Tomorrow I'm actually going to chop up the French fries just from just potatoes. And put together the salad. Maybe I'll do some salad stuff today, I'm not sure. I do need to season up my taco meat here in just a moment, and I also need to get my sausage frying for the pizza swirls, or pizza rolls, or whatever we want to call them. Swirls sounds kind of funny, but I don't know, that's just how I wrote it. And then I have the hamburger already done for this. And I don't want to put this casserole together because it does use fresh potatoes sliced, and I really don't want those to get a funny color, you know, as it just kind of like sits in the fridge until Thursday, so I'm just going to wait it out. And then the the sheet pan shrimp boil, there really isn't anything that I have to do to get ready for that one either, nor for the food stand ham sandwiches. Nothing that I can really get ready now for next Saturday. So the only thing I still have to do here is just season up my taco meat. Okay, all along I've been steering you wrong. I was saying that I was going to be making tacos this week, but when I was looking at my menu plan, it does not say tacos, it says taco soup. So I got everything here ready for taco soup. This is the easiest soup to put together. I mean, once you have your meat cooked up with the onion, then it's really just opening up cans and dumping. Now, if you have like your own, canned goods, like I have the tomato juice here canned, but if you have your own beans or in the freezer, that would work as well. You would probably just want to add maybe a little extra, something else to make it juicy. So this is a can of kidney beans. I would normally do 2 cans of chili beans. And when I did that big inventory the other day, I just must have miscounted, because I thought, oh good, I've got a couple cans of chili beans. I'm not going to get more, but I didn't. And now some corn. I put in all of the juice. I also have only 1 can of diced tomatoes, just because most of the time my younger kids will eat everything in the soup and just kind of like push the tomatoes off to the side. So why put in 2 cans? I might as well just put in 1 can. And then once we have all of this in and stirred around, I mean, even that looks delicious, you guys. Oh my gosh. Smells good. I'm going to take the lid off of these 2. I'm going to pour in the tomato juice, and then okay, and then I also have taco seasoning here made up, and I'm going to need about 4 tablespoons, so I think it's going to take just about the rest of what I have mixed up. One thing I like about doing some Sunday prep work is that like soup and chili, things like that, always taste better if they sit for a couple days. So this actually is going to come out on Tuesday. It's Sunday now, and so I'm just going to go pop this in the fridge, and we'll be basically ready, which is nice for that night supper. To keep some of the Sunday bickering down, I put Maria to work here. She is browning up the sausage. What's the sausage going to be used for later this week? You don't remember? I'm going to make like those pizza pinwheels again, or those pizza swirls.
Oh.
And I put Peter to work over here. He's shredding some cheese. So he's getting the mozzarella shredded. And
Maria's going to do my own cheddar.
Oh, and Maria's going to do the cheddar? Okay, so you're going to do the mozzarella here, and that's going to be for those pizza pinwheels. So we'll just put a lid on this, put it in the fridge for later in the week. And then these two blocks of cheese are going to be for the taco soup for later in the week. Okay, so I look just a little bit different. It's still the same day, but we took a moment, went into the hot tub for a little bit, and then had some supper and stuff like that. So we ended up not doing the steak and potatoes and everything for supper. We just didn't want that tonight. So we ate some leftovers, and I just had some of that salad because that's what I love, the Tina's coleslaw salad. You can see we did have some cheesecakes. We were happy to have dessert after supper. But I do have my zucchini thawing, so I had some zucchini and some yellow squash. That's all still thawing, so I'm actually just going to put this in a container tonight, and I will do all of my muffins tomorrow. So I think I'm going to be making a triple batch of, oh boy, I'm not sure. I'll have to measure it all out tomorrow, but I will be back tomorrow to continue with this Sunday prep, which will then turn into Monday prep.
Holy smoke, this steak is awesome.
Awesome.
Mom marinated it.
Okay, I'm popping in here really quick to let you guys know that originally the plan was to get all of the meals done in order, just like I had them put down on the meal plan. But guess what? That is not what happens in real life. In real life, I would say most of the time you have a plan of what you want to eat, and then it never goes exactly as planned. I mean, you might make a lot of the meals, but things are bound to happen. Okay, so here we are, and I am making my season's wings. Who's here? Oh, okay. And so what I have here are 2 of these packages from Aldi of the wings. I'm cutting the wing tip off of all of them. That takes just a few minutes. You know, you kind of get into a rhythm once you start to find where that joint is. And so I'm cutting that off just to save space because nobody eats whatever is on that wing tip. Anyway, yes, sweetheart.
Is this what we're having for supper?
You bet.
Okay.
And so that's what I'm doing. I sprayed my foil. I have my oven preheating. And I'm just going to cram all of these onto this pan. And this is the whole recipe. Chicken and this pouch. Zesty Italian is what works the best. I thought that I actually had ordered the box of like where you get, I think you get 2 or 3 pouches in the box. And I thought that that was what I ordered on my grocery pickup, but I didn't. So I just ordered a pouch. So I only have 1. But what I'm going to do is just kind of sprinkle this along here, about half of the, oops, sorry, I think I was shaking the camera too. I'm going to shake on just a half a pouch. So I'm just going to let that extra half pouch just sit there. I'm going to put these chicken wings into the oven, and since I have my pan really packed, it is going to take longer for these to bake. For 30 minutes. And we'll come back, we'll turn them over. This is very similar in the sense to like my oven fried chicken. We'll turn it over, put it in for another 30 minutes with the addition of the extra seasoning sprinkled on top. Let them bake up and they'll be ready. All right, here we go. It was 30 minutes in. I brought them out. I flipped over the chicken wings. emptied this zesty Italian on them, and in they go for another 30 minutes at least. You know, I want them to get that nice and crispy coating. So maybe 30, maybe 35 minutes. Like I said, these are a little bigger. These are not like the traditional little chicken wings that you can buy, like those little wingettes and drumettes or whatever they're called. These are like full-size chicken wings. So they're going to take longer than what my original recipe calls for, but yeah, that's just the way it is. Okay, let's get these in. I'm also making some homemade French fries tonight, so I did just scrub up about, I think this is about 7 potatoes or so, and then I ran it through I have a French fry slicer. I didn't get video of it. I just wasn't even thinking about it at the time. I'm soaking them in a little bit of salt water. I'm going to drain this off, put some oil over them with a little seasoned salt, and put them into my air fryer.